How do you implement that, though? I mean, they talk about implementing a faster style for a long time around here. Maybe it would be based around one person trying to push it, or I mean, how do you get that through the whole team?
Well, it's two things. It's how we practice and what we emphasize, and the X's and O's part of it. Probably more importantly, the personnel that we've added, and we've added the most dynamic point guard in the country in Kelsey, and she's going to be the kind of the engine that makes it go and pushing the pace. And but we'll be holding everybody accountable to keeping up with her and. Over the course of games, hopefully imposing our will on the other team.
How will Kelsey, like you said, pushing the floor, how will that open it up even more for a girl like Amaris to kind of score the ball a little bit more than she already has?
Yeah, I think you'll see us play with much better spacing this year, and we'll have more people that can play on the perimeter, that can kind of create that spacing, and I think it'll benefit everybody. And that's one of the things about Kelsey too, is she's such a team-first player, and just the things I've seen so far in the summer and this fall, she really likes to get everybody involved. She makes everyone around her better, even to a fault. I mean, I think there'll be times we're going to have to say, "Hey, Kelsey, this is your time. You take over the game and really make things happen for us at this point."
Most of your experience seems like it comes in the backcourt, and in the front court. Or do you have any concerns about rebounding and defense there?
Yeah, I mean, like we returned Lisa, who got some quality minutes last year, but I still think obviously she needs to emerge with more experience, and that will be helpful for her. Kalpana, who had a great freshman year but hasn't played in 2 years, has had a terrific offseason, and I'm hopeful that she can give us quality minutes. And then Alexa Hart's looked really, really good too in the early going. So it's a little bit by committee, but I do think we have some people there that can give us some great minutes.
Are you close to what your teams will look like?
Yeah, we're getting much closer. I mean, we were really fortunate in year one with the 5 freshmen and the 2 transfers that we've got 7 newcomers that really fit what we want to do. I tell you, I would like to have a little more depth, but I still think we can play the style that we want. But it's still going to be kind of a work in progress, especially this year, which is a little choppy in the way that we add 2 people at the break who get eligible, and Shayla and Kiana. So you'll see what we want to do, and I think you'll have a picture of that, and we'll do it a little bit more when we add those people, but it's still going to be coming as we add players to the program.
I know you don't want to talk about why Raven, but what message would you like your players to get from it?
Once again, I'll let the release speak for itself, but I will add that Raven's a good kid and somebody that I enjoyed coaching for a year and wish I could have coached for longer and impacted for longer. And I still think that she can do either here at Ohio State as a student, where she'll have an opportunity to graduate if she wants to stay here, or transfer to another school. She's got a chance to still move on and do good things. For our players, I guess the message would be, since I've been here, there's been 2 huge points of emphasis. First and foremost is really building a winning culture and a higher level of accountability on and off the court for our student athletes. And then certainly we've recruited aggressively to a certain style of play. And so I guess for the first point is that we're in that process of really, really trying to do something special here, and that means everybody being accountable for their actions.
You have just 2 people who have played, well, Emerson started maybe 2 years, and King started all last year, but they're both juniors. You have no seniors. Do they have to lead more?
No question. And Kate and Ann both have great leadership qualities. They're great kids. We played them obviously a lot of minutes last year because they're good, and out of necessity we didn't have any other options. So I think they gained valuable experience. We'll have to lean on that experience because we have, I think, got a tremendous infusion of talent, but inexperience. And so it's going to really be important that Am and Kate specifically can really help show the younger people what it's going to take to be successful in the non-conference and certainly into the Big Ten.
So it can serve your purposes. I mean, you lost 18 games last year, but you've got this infusion of players coming in that a lot of people won't know what necessarily to make of you.
Yep, that's true. And it'll be different. It'll be a different style. I think there'll be a lot of guesswork from the opposing teams early on, and hopefully that can play to our advantage.
Would it be accurate to say that there were times last year where in trying to instill the accountability and things like that maybe you even went into some games a little shorthanded?
Yeah, and I would rather lose early in my tenure here to do it what I would say the right way, and I think that's the only way you can do it. And that's, I guess, for me, having now started or been a head coach 3 different times and had to go into 3 different programs, I think it's really important to lay out clear expectations of what you want from your student athletes and to hold people accountable. And I think over time, when they get more comfortable with that, it'll really impact us in positive ways on and off the court.
Coach,
she's been really good here in the fall, or all the way summer into the fall. She's good, and we've been, I think, cautious in our approach, and that's just to make sure that we gave her a real chance to be successful. And my expectation is that she'll be ready to really give us great minutes. 1 to 10, what that would be, Marty, I don't know. It's hard for me to gauge because I wasn't here when she played last time. I don't think she's at 10, that's for sure, but I think she's moving in that direction.
You mentioned Kelsey, and Amherst had the ball a lot last year.
Yeah.
Does she still have the ball some, or does Kelsey get the ball from the get-go?
Absolutely. Am will handle the ball, and that's what I think could really make us unique, to have 2 people that can handle the ball and make plays off the dribble like that. I don't think there'll be a lot of backcourts that have that. I also think people like Kate and Kiana, when she gets eligible, they're going to really benefit from that, because as aggressive and as good as Am and Kelsey are, a lot of people are going to have to help to try to stop them from driving the ball. And I think Kate and Kiana and some other people are going to get a lot of great shots because of it. A lot of open shots.
And 3-point shots too. Asia Doss, is she going to help with that?
Asia's been terrific. She had a great summer. She's a really dynamic player. She handles the ball. She can make shots. Really fits our style. Not that she's been surprising, because I knew she was really good, but she's probably been a little bit better early than I thought she'd be. I knew she'd be this good at some point. I'm pleasantly surprised how good she is this early in her tenure here at Ohio State.
Will you be able to score points more easily this year?
I think we'll be able to score more easily. Last year it was just hard. Like, we had great kids, and I love the seniors. I'm going to really miss them. We kind of had like a hodgepodge of players in terms of trying to craft out a style of play. But I think with more players suited to a specific style of play for us, I think you'll see better spacing, better pace to our games, which should result in more scoring.
Do you feel like you'll be able to, it's sort of almost an all of the above in terms of more easy baskets, probably more open shots for more people who can make those shots?
Yes.
Coach, would you say we saw a glimpse of kind of where you want to get to in that Penn State game in the Big Ten tournament? Is that kind of like a glimpse into the future of where you think this team can be?
That was even like in general down the stretch. I'd say the Big Ten tournament hopefully gave us a real jump start into this season, and the style of play started to take hold a little bit more. We played well. We played with confidence, and we also had Doris Moore played great, and Martina played well. So we're going to miss them. But in general, that style and that aggressive style is what we're trying to do. So that would be what we're trying to look like this year for sure.